In this lesson, we are going to learn how to install WordPress. Open your browser and head over to wordpress.org and click on the Get WordPress button. You can just scroll down and right click on the download.tar.gz and click on copy link address. Then head back to your terminal. Make sure you cd to the document root for Apache, which is var/www/html. Okay, once we are there, we are going to use a tool called wget to download the file. Now, certain systems might not have wget installed, and you may have to run yum install wget to install it. In this case, I have it already, so it says nothing to do. So once I'm in here, I type in wget and paste in the link and hit enter. All right. So then we need to extract this file. So that'll be tar xvzf and the file name. Once this is extracted and you ls in this directory, you see there's a directory now called WordPress. But we would like to have WordPress in our document root, so we can cd one step back just to go to the document root. And when you see that, that's that's actually var www. Let's cd to html. Okay, so we want WordPress in this directory. So that's it. We can move the files from the WordPress directory in here. Okay, so when we ls, we now see the WordPress files. And then we need to change the permission of the files so that they are owned by the Apache user. Right now they're owned by the user called nobody. When you ps on httpd, you see it runs as a user called Apache. So to change the permissions, we will do change on v for verbose, r for recursive, the user Apache, and then you put star for wildcard, basically all files, and hit enter. So that's done. All the files are changed to Apache, right? And then we want to change one more setting before we go ahead to install WordPress. Now, by default on most Linux distributions, SE Linux is set to restrictive. So we want to change that to permissive. So that's set enforce and type permissive. All right. And you can actually double check this by typing set enforce, and it tells you that enforcing permissive is 0, and right now we set it to permissive. And then to double check that, we could say get enforce, and that shows us that it's permissive, so we're all good there. So now head back to your browser, and now the domain we had earlier was codedemo.gq. All right, and that would bring us to the WordPress installation page. Now, so choose your language, click on continue, and WordPress requires a database. It's going to need a database name, username, password, database host, and a table prefix. So since we haven't created our database yet, we are going to head back to the shell and log on to MySQL. So MySQL-u root and -p. Type in the root password you set earlier on, and once you're in, we'll create a database called WordPress. So create database WordPress. So then let's create a user. We type create user, and I'll just name my user WordPress at local host identified by, and then you put in a password. Now the password could be anything you choose, but just make sure it's a strong password. So since this is going to be the password to your WordPress database. So now that I've done that, I hit enter, and I would continue to grant privileges to this user on the WordPress database. I'll type grant all privileges on WordPress to WordPress at localhost. Oh, and I actually typed that wrong, so it's WordPress. All right, there we go. So the user has been created, and the user has been granted like privileges to the WordPress database, and then we can head back on to the WordPress installation page. We can head back onto the WordPress installation page. Database name is WordPress. Username, we put that as WordPress 2. Password spelled differently. And our database host is going to be localhost. Database prefix, you can change this to whatever you want. And I just left that as WP. You click on submit, and there it is. So click on run installation, and then we go to the next page and we provide a site title, a username, a password, and you can type in your email address and click on install WordPress, and there we have it. You can then log into our WordPress admin page. That's our WordPress admin page, and we can go to the front end to take a look at it. That's it. WordPress has been installed. So to recap, in this lesson we learned how to install WordPress. We went to the WordPress.org website to download the files. Then we used wget to put that on our server. Then we created a MySQL database, and then completed the installation using the WordPress installation wizard. Alright, that concludes this lesson. Thank you for watching.